All right. What is going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Friday is always the best because we know it's Pizza Friday, which is always fantastic. And today is, I guess it's kind of interesting because yesterday we kind of launched Pixel Pieces. And actually, I'm just trying to, let me log out here for a second. So yeah, here it is. Fully like operational, I guess, component library. And you know what I'm just noticing right here? There's no talk of the cost or anything here. Like on this site. It's like get access, and this just goes to sign up, so it doesn't take to like a pricing page. So, interesting. Anyways, the point being, that doesn't matter so much as the fact that this is ready to go. We're ready to start taking on customers, and we need to figure out how we're going to do that and what's going to be the way that we're going to try to grow this thing. So I know this is where a lot of, for me anyways, and probably for a lot of people as well, is you kind of really have to get over like the doubt and the fears and the, the feelings that it's not going to work, nobody's going to want it, all those kind of negative thoughts that stop you from actually doing anything because you don't want to have that bad feeling. So you kind of protect yourself against, I don't want to feel that way because I feel really bad because people are going to say no or whatever. Therefore, I'm not going to put myself in that position to feel those negative emotions, right? So I just got to fight through that and put together a plan and just kind of stick with the plan and kind of just go from there and just kind of keep pushing through, which of course ties into our goal, which is on this live stream. We live stream every day, Monday through Friday. And the whole purpose and point of it is to document the process of trying to build a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. That's what we're working towards. And we've built Pixel Media, which is our agency, which it's creative services agency, which specializes in building websites and applications for our clients. And we do other things as well too, but that's kind of primarily the creative stuff that we do. Also, I've done audiovisual stuff, videography, photography, but we're gonna really try to niche down that company, that agency. And then the second part of that, which ties into what we're talking about today, is Pixel Pieces, which is kind of extension of that agency, which is Webflow components and eventually templates. And the reason why I decided to build those was because every time that I start fresh with a new client or a new project, I have to do everything kind of from scratch. But having pre-built components allows me to cut and paste things quite easily to get going. And the reason for me why I chose to make my own as opposed to use whatever's out there is that I just personally like to build my own tools. And I like to know exactly how everything works. So that's just kind of something for me, and that's what I like to do. So then hopefully there's other people that are similar minded to me and that wouldn't mind having access to the same things. So yeah. So I think, so how should we go about talking about this today? I think maybe a good place to start could be to look over some of the things that we had initially talked about at the beginning of the year. I think on New Year's. I don't know if it was New Year's Day or whatever, but it's pretty close to the first day of the year where we kind of took note of our ideas and things that we wanted to do for the year. Let me just see if I can find these documents here. So bear with me while I look for this stuff. All right. Okay. That's not it. Gotta try to find something that was made for this year. I don't quite see anything. Well, we have this document right here. Maybe we can go from this. Excuse me. Okay. So I wrote this document, I think it was towards the end of the year. And here's kind of what we had initially outlined. Objective 1 is to get customers. And I think that's all I have is objective 1. So that's still our objective, I guess. Right, so that's still going to be the same. That's still going to be the same. So this is different here in that the idea was to have 50 early adopters to give us feedback, but we ended up with 9, I believe. So we didn't quite hit that 50, which I think is fine. Yeah, so I think now we can just switch. We still want to have, I don't know if we're going to call them early adopters. Maybe we can still call them early adopters, but we'll actually, let's call them let's say 10 active paying customers. So that'll be our first goal. And then we're also going to perform customer interviews to understand their pain points, understand their problems, and to understand the problems and actually to understand what problem they were hoping pixel pieces would solve. Okay. So we'll have this as maybe goal 1. I don't know if it's right to say that that's goal 1 or objective 1. So methods. Okay, what did I have for methods? Okay, so let's talk about marketing, I guess. Start thinking about that. So this is the same thing as here. Create weekly educational videos on web design, development, and Webflow. All right. I think that's going to be, I think this is going to be the main thing that I'm going to focus on, because like, I know it's a slow burn, but I think that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get people to really become not just users, I guess, of Pixel Pieces, which I mean, I want them to do that, but also to become kind of fans of Pixel, and to come to see Pixel as a good place where they can get educational information on how to grow their skills and help them, just level up their skills and do better at their job or their career, right? All in the space of in the field of web design and development. So I think that's going to be the real big focus. And I feel like we shouldn't get too caught up in trying to do too many different things, because I think it's going to be really very simple. So too, I talked about this as well before. Social media, it's in here. I think Twitter is one. LinkedIn is another. But I'm really trying to think about for Pixel Media Corporation. Post as the CEO, founder of Pixel. So I'm thinking for Pixel Media, that is kind of the vehicle that is driving all of this. That's the main kind of company. And that, of course, offers web design and development services to my customers. And I think starting to go on LinkedIn and kind of learning how I could create posts or what have you to reach new audiences, that could be something that I might want to investigate. I don't know if I think I do have a little bit of a worry that that's, again, trying to do two things. I'm trying to do LinkedIn and YouTube. So I don't know if I just need to put that on the back burner and just think about really trying to engage with YouTube. And I guess to a lesser extent, I could think about Instagram and YouTube Shorts or what have you, which is kind of the same thing, where I can kind of cut down my videos into smaller form content. It just takes a lot of time to do that. And maybe I need to start thinking about getting help with creating that kind of content. Okay, so educational videos. So that's number one. And that's going to be on new Pixel YouTube channel. So I'm just going to put question marks. Is this too much to start? Except for maybe Twitter. Twitter might be a good place to stay on or to get on, just to even try to get going into the conversations that people are having online. Okay. So we've done that. Okay. Yeah, these are more longer term things. The affiliate marketing, the sales funnel, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, because we're not going out actively trying to get leads or anything like that, and emailing leads and what have you. Yeah. So I think this is it, to be honest. Just focus on creating educational videos and educational content. I think that's it. And then use social media to try to enhance that. And so if I'm writing scripts for specific videos, I would imagine that I could repurpose those and post them on LinkedIn as well. That might serve a good purpose. But not so much maybe tutorials, but more of different philosophies about doing different things relating to web design or websites, or if you're a business and you want to get a website, all these all these different things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I can't really think of anything else. So if anybody thinks of anything, do let me know. But let's work on a few things here on our website. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about yesterday, about the issue that I was having yesterday, which was about when a user goes back and they don't complete the checkout, what happens? Because an account is actually created. So I did find this one thing, and part of it was I found this thing here. Click here to complete checkout. So MemberStack does have this a little bit of a feature, I guess you can say, where if you, let's just edit this. So if you use this, I think it's this thing right here, exclamation mark paid plan. So if a user is not under a paid plan, this is going to show. And then I have this one here underneath it, which if the member is a logged in member, so it's a logged in member, but then also they don't have a paid plan, then show them this information. And then it's a link to just the actual price plan. And when the user goes to fill in their details, or they click it, it automatically goes to Stripe. It doesn't go to like the sign up page or anything like that. So it's not the most ideal flow, but it works. So, and I guess we could even test it here real quick. So let's go. And we'll go plus test 3. And I do that for my password. Or actually, if I just go to sign in, I think I know. Oh geez, what was the member? Let me see if I can get my member. Hang on a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm not logged in, or I am logged in, but I don't have a bill account. So if I go to billing history, nothing is going to be here. So if I click here, it just automatically gets me to the Stripe page, and it has my email address. So it'll associate that with my actual user account, which is really cool. So, so that's good. Like if I go to the dashboard, it's going to say, oh, you need to be a member. So click here to complete that process. So I do have it on the home page, but I don't think I actually need it here, because now that I'm seeing when you're logged in, it just kicks you back to this page of you don't have access. Can I go just to product components, goes to members only. If I just go to components, kicks us back. If I go to pricing page, if I go to the about page, I guess that's fine. Because I had it on here on the sign in page too, but I guess you can't get to this page if you're logged in. So I think we can get rid of it here on the home page. But I think we need it on, maybe on the login page if someone tries to. No, that's not gonna, it's not gonna be able to show here either. Because if a user is not logged in, that's gonna be fine. And they're just gonna try to log in. But if they haven't activated their account and if they are logged in, they can't get to this page either. All right, let's go back to login. What was it again? Plus test 2. I can't go log in. I can go to this login page, which is kind of weird because I'm already logged in. Which is kind of weird. Well, these aren't really big deals. I don't think I should worry too much about this. Okay. So should we have the price here? Because I know I'm going to also have a video that's going to play on here. You know what? Let's go to Asana and let's see what we have listed and see what we can do to improve it. And if there's anything that we know we want to do. Okay. So a few things that I already have here. Maybe, can I zoom in a little bit more? Okay. So launch pixel pieces. So this is actually launched. So I guess I can do that. So that's, yay, we're done. New component categories. Yeah, these are the different things that I was thinking about. I just jotted that down. Okay. Investigate the development of an extension. Right. So that's something that's still going to be, yeah, that's quite a bit down the road. So create a privacy policy and a terms page. Probably need something like that. Documentation. Create overview video on how to use pixel pieces. So that's pretty important. So I want to get that done. How long is that going to take me though? I know I'm super busy this weekend and even into next week because I got to create a couple proposals and I got a presentation because I got to meet with a client on Wednesday. I got to prep for that. So I think actually after Wednesday I'll be okay. So then maybe I can film on the weekend, do some editing. Let's put it for next Friday. And these things are really important. I really need to make sure I get that done. All right, create a list of tutorial videos you need to create. So I do have a list of videos and I've kind of already gone through that. But I'm going to finish this. I'm just going to move this to Monday. Just so I can make sure I get it. Give myself a little bit of extra time to get everything sorted out. So create introductory video message from the CEO. So I do want to have a nice, okay, just log out. That message is getting annoying. I do want to have a nice video here so people can kind of see what Pixel Pieces is all about. So I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm not sure exactly where to put it and how to put it, but I definitely want it. So, but I think Monday, again, is a little bit of a stretch. This Monday coming up, maybe we'll try the next Monday on the 19th. And this one is definitely the most important. Create a list of videos. Yep. Replace homepage hero image. So that's also important, but not critical. So I'm going to put this 3 weeks out. So this, I'm working on this right now. Redirect user to dashboard when they log in. Throw that here. I need to set up tracking. Right. So this is where, so we're looking at, what was it called? Mix panel. That's it. So we definitely want to use mix panel. So we're gonna have to figure out how that's going to work and how we can integrate that into our site. Pool, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How you doing today? So we're going to need to integrate this into our product so we know exactly how many people are using our components, which components are being used, etc. All that kind of stuff. So integrations. Okay, I don't think we want integrations, but I think we just want to see. Can I go back? How do I go back here? Let's go, I guess let's go to developer. Let's see what's going on. How to implement. That's kind of what we want. We recommend starting with just 2 events, which can provide a lot of value with little effort. Track a sign-up event when a user creates an account. Track a value moment event. Pool, what are you spamming the comment section here? Track a value moment event when user reaches value in your product. Yeah, so something like this, if we put in something where we can track when someone clicked on a, like when someone clicks on a component to copy, right? Okay. This approach most needs to maintain. I don't know if anybody has ever used Mixpanel with Webflow. Let's say integrate Mixpanel with Webflow app. All right. Lack of documentation led me to write this blog. All right. After you launch your website, all right, Pool, I'm probably going to block you here just because it's just very annoying. You just keep spamming with stuff. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm just going to start reading this thing here. After you launch your website, you want to analyze how users interact with your internet. Yeah. So, right, integration. Analytics tools are easy to integrate on your platform if you're coding it using JavaScript. The problem with no-code platform is there's no straightforward way to add JavaScript on your website or install easy-to-go NPM packages. Yep. But they don't have a way to directly integrate with no-code platforms without custom JavaScript. Webflow has direct integration support for Google Analytics. Custom code, yeah. Project token. Okay, I guess this is the script here. Got 2 trackers for page view. Okay. I guess these are just the different custom tracks that are being installed here on this website. Track event. You add data tracker custom attributes on the elements you want to capture in the event. Oh, that's all right. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, this isn't too bad at all. This is not too bad at all. I'm just going to bookmark this. And what does this say here? Create integration between Webflow and Mixpanel to automate any workflow. Really? What does Mixpanel allow you to track? Let's just see for a second here. Trigger. Let's say Mixpanel has no triggers available. Okay, let's just go. Oh, we'd have to do some kind of crazy webhook to be able to do like what's the word I'm looking for? To capture that event. Let's go back. No, even more. Let's just go here for a second. Let's edit this. Let's go to Mixpanel. I'd just like to see what events that create or update or track an event. Send an event to Mixpanel. That's pretty cool that we can do this in Webflow in Zapier. But I don't know if we need to do that necessarily, especially if we can just code it up according to that that article that we just read. Okay. So we're probably going to use this. Okay, let's talk set up Mixpanel to track how users are let's say which users, not which users, like I don't want to track the individual person, but I just want to track track which components are being used. Yeah. And how many? And I think just that. I think that's just good for now. Let's put that to next Monday. Oh, geez, I don't know if we can get it done by then, but we'll see. Add a short description and function explanation for each component. So, right. And those descriptions are basically when you go see a component and you view it, there should be maybe a better description here, which I kind of want to do. So that's where that comes into play. So I think we want to do that sooner rather than later. So I'll set that to Wednesday. Yep. Oh my goodness. We're already February 9th. This is crazy. Okay. So looking at this list of things that we want to do just generally for improving our application. This does line up. I mean, in terms of our marketing strategy, I start creating the list of tutorials, and I think I'll put one more thing and determine schedule for first 10 videos you want to release. And we'll set that for Monday as well. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. All right. So to summarize, we'll have. There's one thing too that I didn't note down there is that I want to make continual improvements to the components. So there's components that are built now that I just need to update a little bit because I just have from the designs that we made in Figma, there's just a little bit of updating that we need to do to the already existing components. And there's a bunch of easy ones that I know that I could whip out fairly quickly, but also make sure that I do it properly to increase the number of components. So I'm hoping to get to, actually I should write this down. Let's put it here. Hopefully we can increase the number of components to 50. And I want to do that fairly soon. So let's just say get that done by next Friday. And that should be reasonable for me to do. Okay, so improve the components, get more components, add some documentation, add a nice introductory video so when people hit the homepage, they can kind of get a feel for who I am, what it is that I do, and start creating these educational videos as soon as possible and get those out the door or get ready to get them out the door so we can start putting that out there to people. And then, just try to start engaging in social media so that way we can start to promote the work that we do. But not even when I say engage in social media, it's really just trying to help people and bring value to, the conversation or things that people are trying to do. So, if I start to access different like forums or Discord servers or Slack channels or what have you, that people are, talking all stuff Webflow and all those kinds of things. So maybe I could help in those areas. And then, again, hopefully people can start to kind of know who I am, right? So that's what it's going to be. I think I think we'll put that into place for, we'll touch base on this. I mean, obviously we're going to be working on it every day, but maybe we'll touch base more on it specifically like at the beginning of every month. So we can kind of see how our marketing is going and how things are shaping up, and to see if we're able to move the needle a little bit in terms of obviously move the needle in terms of how many people are signing up and joining Pixel Pieces, because that's obviously important. And I think we'll probably add some tracking to if people are watching the homepage video, and kind of, yeah, I don't know what else we can track, to be honest. Maybe like the how-to educational video as well too, like how to use Pixel Pieces. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. One thing that I'm thinking about as well is how to integrate Pixel with Pixel Pieces, and if it should just be like an offshoot, like should be a link within the Pixel main navigation menu, and just kind of how I need to talk about the agency versus the components and how everything is going to fit in. So still trying to think about how to bring those two together, but that's something that probably by the spring or at least the summer, I want to have, have both things kind of consolidated into one neat and tidy little place. So yeah, anyways, so a little bit of a different video today. Not so much going in and doing development work, but just kind of talking about our plan and how we're going to move forward. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I think we're going to dive more into specifically how we're going to be doing some of the marketing that we want to do, and kind of dive deeper into the customer acquisition process and all those things that we're going to be trying to do. Right. So that's it. That's all I got for today. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock, lunchtime. Good time to, I guess, give it a pause here for today. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. If you have any questions or whatever, don't hesitate to get in touch with me at any time. You can find me on pixel.ca or pixelpieces.com, or just send a comment here in this video, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time.